So today I wanted to spend some time to do a deeper dive with Alyson Brittain, our newest officer. Alyson, how are you?
Hey guys, what is today? I don't even know what today is. Wednesday? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay. Like, I don't even know.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Alyson, huge congratulations,
Thank you.
officer, all the things that are going on. Your team is winning, just lots of things. And thank you
Well,
for your
I just want to
contribution.
say first, there's
Yeah.
there's nothing that would have happened with the behind the scenes of my team. Like nothing. So I would not had a clue that I was even close unless I'd had for you guys. So thank you so much because this is all so new and I'm all over the place, but I'm doing it messy. So
Dude, your messy looks good. Who here wants some Alyson Brittain messy in your life, right? Okay. So I want to track back. Okay. Because I want to talk to the new Alyson in just entrepreneurship as a whole. Because you've had a history now. Um, so there's a lot of principles there. But did you grow up being an entrepreneur, knowing that you can sell and recruit and all that? Were you just God's gift to earth and business? Or
Well, I think back to the first few days in my early childhood, my mother used to make like cakes for the neighbors or whatever, but or for community group or Bible study, and I would actually take them before that night and go sell them to the neighbors.
ah,
And she came home that night ready to serve people, and I had already sold the cakes to the, to the neighbors. I wanted some profit, so yeah, what the heck.
wow. And where did that come from? A profit mindset.
My mom and dad, my dad was a salesperson for Eastman Kodak Company, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, but she was Mrs. Wisconsin back in the day, and they just brought me up to live life and to just help serve people. Like literally my whole
Mm.
life, they helped me to know that it's about serving other people.
This is a big thing because I think I was talking about this yesterday on even my own personal page, but profit, and I think for all of us, especially in a business, I struggled with this for a long time, Alyson. I knew the skills, I would work hard in my business, but it's like I would always shoot myself in the foot with making money because subconsciously there was just something that was disconnected with making money is bad, like profit is bad. Who here can resonate with that, by the way? Like that type of a feeling. There's something about it.
Yeah.
But you said that you link profit with service. Can you dive into that mindset a little bit more?
Yeah, and that's funny that because you asked me to speak this morning, so I was diving into my Bible study before and kind of calming myself because inside a nervous wreck, which well, not too nervous now that I'm balanced, but it's all good. A little bit less nervous. But this is literally what popped up in my study this morning. It's not your productivity that matters most. What's important to God is the way in which you do your work. That's what has eternal impact. The gospel is what matters. Live it with all your heart, even at your work. And that's literally what I try to do. I try to live the gospel through what I do in service to others.
Wow. So what does that look like as an example when you're doing your business now? Um, Give us some details on that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a tendency to just kind of sign people up, and then especially in the last couple months, I mean, I'm like, how do I keep it? Is there a system to keep up with this? I'm old school notebook. I've got all this written down in a notebook. I've got to figure out something different. But and I'm not an Excel spreadsheet person, so I'm gonna have to get my husband on that. But it's just keeping up with people and not just signing them up and going, here, figure it out. And I
Mm,
think that's an easy tendency to do because this isn't rocket science. You take the drops and you eat good and the results. It's not like you have to handhold them. So it can be a little overwhelming. And all we're juggling with this week with my husband's heart surgery
mm,
today, and I found out I got to have hernia surgery. So all this stuff, and I'm like, what I've got to figure out a full day that I can commit.
mm.
And here's what I learned in my previous network marketing is find one day and make it your client support. Because if I try to
Mm,
do it every time all week long during the
mm.
it just chops up. So I just take one day and tackle all my client support. Now, does that mean calling every single one of them? No, there's some days that we just communicate through text because that's what they want to do. And that's okay.
Mm.
even a
Mm,
voice message or something, they know that I touch base with them on
mm.
a regular basis. So
So good. So you're committed to excellence, right? I think about in PXP, I made the speech about being a premium grade entrepreneur. And you guys can tell Alyson treats her clients, her
One
team,
day a
her
week.
business completely at a high level. So she's following up, right? So a note that I'm asking for myself is, how do I better my follow up with my people, which I absolutely can. Who here feels like you can get overwhelmed with your business and your life too? It's like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff.
yeah.
And what I see with you, Alyson, is you realize that's a fact, but then you solve it. You're like, okay, I'm feeling this. How do I make that better? And then you did a time block for here's client support, for example.
Yeah, and some days it's just a matter of asking the question, how can I support you? How can I support you today? Because guess
Mm,
what? Somebody might have just lost their mother, or somebody just might have lost something. And meet them where they're at. How can I support you today? We may not even talk about the drops or whatever. I just
mm,
want them to know that they're being heard, and I don't have to say a lot. They just need to be heard.
makes sense. People over profits, people over business. And that heart is really felt. Who here's ever felt like you've met someone that had commission breath and just wanted to make money off of you? You could tell, right? Like no one likes that. But that gospel lived out, as you said, is exactly what attracts people. Okay. So let's go back. You were a saleswoman since a young child. You had an amazing upbringing and you had that environment and it was seeped into you that profit equals service. So how do I service other people better? Um, when it came to network marketing, what attracted you in the beginning to just this profession? What was that story?
Yeah, I've been a stay-home mama my whole life. We have a 27-year-old daughter who's amazing. And I wanted to be where I could go watch her college basketball. So
Mm,
I always wanted to just be a mom. That I literally don't have a college degree. I went to college for a couple of years, but I wanted to be a mom. That
mm,
I had no businesswoman inklings in at all in my body at all. And so when it came to the season of her leaving for college and then
mm,
went on to get married, I was lost. I
mm,
literally lost, like no purpose at all. I'm like, what am I going to do? Go be a greeter at Walmart? Nothing
yeah.
that's wrong with that, but I
Yeah.
needed something to do. And I didn't
Mm,
know what it was. Scrolling through Facebook, saw a friend of mine doing this other program and just literally jumped on board. And she didn't even have to ask me. I just was like, okay, let's go. Let's go. I need something to do. And so that kind of turned into 7 years. And
wow.
what I want to say, because you had talked a little bit yesterday about my story, and I think this is really important, kind of
Mm,
how I got to Partner Co.
mm,
Because it was, and I wrote it down because I don't want to miss anything, but a friend of my husband's reached out to me back in May. So this is a really good point for all of us
mm,
to go after our scared list or people that you don't even know that need anything else in their life, because
mm,
that was me. So he just reached out and he said, "Hey, I love everything you're doing on social media and in your job. I know that you probably, if you're going to do something the rest of your life, it's going to be this. Would you be open to looking at something that I found?" That's all he
mm,
said. My
mm,
mind first went to, well, heck no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm totally happy, right? Totally happy. And in the instance, I said, sure, I'm open to it. I'm not an entrepreneur if I don't look. If I don't
mm,
look. But I was like, I ain't going anywhere. Seriously, I was like, I ain't going anywhere. I'm just going to pacify this man, right? So he told me about it and I said, hey, this sounds great. But I said, I need to do it for me first. I
mm,
need to do it for me. And so he said, give it 90 days. I said, okay, you got it. I mean, I was one of those easy ones. It started on April 28th, and by July 27th, saw the results that I had. I was completely blown away.
mm,
Now, hear me when I say this. I started looking at the business side of this,
mm.
and I was like, okay. And then I went on vacation for a week. I said, I need out of everything. I need my mindset clear. I need everything. So I went on vacation and came back, resigned from my other company, and launched that April. What was it? When did I launch? I don't even know. August
August,
August 18th. I'm
6
terrible.
weeks ago.
Yeah, August 18th. That's exactly what happens. But here's the thing is, if he had not, and we always talk about, maybe just reaching out to people and say, would you be
Mm,
open? I
mm,
wouldn't be here if that man didn't do it, right?
wow.
So do it scared. And that's one of my hardest things is thinking that somebody's perfectly happy in their company. Guess what?
Mm,
They might not be.
mm.
Just ask the question. They may say no. They may come back a year later and say, hey, something happened in an old company. Let's revisit this. Just ask the question.
Wow. Wow. And such an amazing point that you bring. Most people on social media are just going to show their best foot forward. Most people don't bare their heart and say, oh my gosh, this is where I am in life and I need something. So understanding that and just having that generosity and willingness to just share, right? Because I'm sure the person that connected you here probably talked. I know he talked to over 100 people. It's like, but it happened to be that if you plant the seed enough, the seed will land on good ground. You
Mhm.
just never know who that seed is going to be, you know. And he wasn't like, oh, your company sucks and product sucks. Do this. It's just, are you open?
He never said one bad thing ever.
Mm,
And I will never say one bad because it changed my life 7 years ago as far as my health. So that
mm,
wasn't the issue. I just have a different why now. And it's as I get older, I just want to supply some things for my family
mm,
that we're fine, but I want to do more things. I want to
mm,
travel more. I want to do all the things that my why is so much different now for
mm.
more.
So love that. Come on. I'm pretty sure you're going to be qualified for Maui. If
Let's I'm shooting for that.
yes, for sure. All right. So let's now talk about some tactics then. Beth put a good question. So how are you finding your contacts to share this with? Is it from your previous business?
Oh, you know what? There's some similarities in both businesses. So I came into it and I'm glad that I had some back training. That was important. Like I know that God led me to there to lead me to here. I mean, it's just so evident because I still use so much of what I learned there here. But here it's a totally different. It's the systems are bar none, like bar none. I didn't have any of this coming forward. And so it's just been from day one, this system that I started seeing is what attracted me to this. Cause I came in right when the machine launched, right?
Mm,
So I got privy to that right off the bat. And it was
mm.
amazing because I used to have to be on the phone for an hour and a half with one client. And now I can send the link to 10 and sign up 5. I mean, it's just time saver like crazy.
I think that's important because who here has had prior experience in business and network marketing? Put a me in the comments or a wave. Yeah. If you haven't, then it's hard to know, the grass is greener. There's nothing to compare to. But the fact that you say that, it is a huge, huge thing for sure. So congratulations there. Let's talk about some of your back training and go back to the person. Did you ever struggle with enrolling customers and partners in your business career? Or was that just something that was kind of a little bit natural to you since you were a kid?
No, I did really well in my other company, and I'm just a person that's external. I mean, I have, we live in a neighborhood that we're doing something with the girls all the time. There's a ton of
Mm,
that around me. And I put myself in a position, I put myself working in a little boutique of my friends and I meet people that come in. We have an Airbnb above our garage. So I'm putting my business cards in the Airbnb and I'm talking to
mm,
everybody. They don't leave without knowing what I do. They don't leave without knowing what I do. But it's still hard. Like in the beginning, like now, here's the challenge is now it's going good just like it did in the other company
mm,
at the beginning, but there will come a time that I have to really do my constant daily IPAs
mm,
or so I'm saying the one thing I always learned is stop getting ready to get ready. There's so
mm,
many people out there that come into this business and you can watch all the trainings you want. We have amazing trainings here and you can try to get caught up, but guess what? That's not doing the daily things to get clients, your daily
mm.
Facebooks, your posts, your communication, your conversations. You can watch a training all day long, but it's doing the do. Who said that last night? Doing, somebody said it last night or whatever, doing the do. That's what you do to gain clients, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. So question is, and everybody, so I think it's important to understand frameworks, right? Because when I take notes, everyone's launch experience is going to be different from others. And the reality is your launch experience is going to be a byproduct of what you've done in the past life, right? So for me, when I launched my business in the beginning, 19 years old, I had no friends. I was super shy. I had no social media. Guess what? I had a very slow launch, right? Alyson too, in the beginning of her first business, I'm sure it went well, but now it's different because she's been committed for years, right? She has clientele. She's doing all those things. But I love what you mentioned, Alyson, which is the truth is all of us have this first launch experience. We call that phase one. It's mainly your warm market, your acquaintances, those that have known you, right? After that, though, I love that you're already thinking ahead. You're like, I know there's a wave like that, but then what's coming up next? And I'd even submit that's kind of when the real business comes in. What do you do when that first initial rush stops? And you're already looking at that, which is why I know you're going to have continued and why you've had continued success in the past and why you will have there too as well. I want to talk about that because all of us who here's already launched your business, you made your launch post, gone to the launch week, doing the things. And who here has gotten any customer or any enrollment through that launch, right? Put a me in the comments below. Like, let's go, right? Amber got her first customer today. Congratulations, right? Beth, you didn't get a customer at all in yet? You've never made a sale? Feel free to mute yourself.
No, it was just from my business launch. I didn't make a sale for my business launch.
Oh, got it. Got it. Well, when I say the launch, I'm including the posting twice a day, going through the first week, like continues to do that. So you have gotten sales and enrollments as you continue to do, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. There we go. Yes. So pretty much everyone here will get something. Okay. Where the real business, I want to dive into this, Alyson, is when that wave subsides and you get into phase two, how do you continue to go? Of course, you're supporting your teammates. Of course, you're supporting your clients. Right. But I want to ask you this, Alyson. If you had no team right now, and let's say everyone quit and every customer quit, and then your initial wave of growth stopped, and you were to look at your business again, what's your mindset on that? And what would you be doing to start creating new business?
Yeah, first of all, social media, I want to look at my friend list. When I started 7 years ago in the other business, I had 300 friends. I had 300 friends. Now I have over 4,000 something. And that was because daily I made a commitment to add 5 new friends per day, 3 to 5 new friends per day. So get new people looking at your stuff. And all 4,000 people, I've learned that if, the algorithms are so crazy, I'm not seeing half of my friends aren't seeing my stuff right now. I have to be intentional about just going and say hi to people that I have not even, started looking at. And so they start looking because the same old people are looking at my Facebook. So the algorithm says, if you don't go show more interest in other people. So really, I think the tracker we have like what we intentionally do per day. I don't allow myself, don't allow myself to go out if I want to go to TJ Maxx or, buy some new clothes or whatever. I don't allow myself to do that until those things are done for the day, because those are the most important things that I do during the day. And I have different things, like we have Bible study, we have ladies coffee club once a month, we have all these things. And so I try to get ingenious, like I'm about to do something and I'm about to pass out all the new Max 2.0 to my friends at coffee club, something like that. I have to start thinking of ways to get them interested in the product, maybe just on a personal level if we're doing stuff in the neighborhood. Like today, I'm having a birthday party for some friends, and I'm putting the new Everglow in her birthday bag. I know if I can get her to try it, that's probably the best birthday present I can give her, right? So anyway, you just kind of have to be thinking of new ways and stop trying to build from behind the computer. It's great, but you have to start getting in groups and
Mm,
things outside the computer for people to see really who you are.
mm,
I don't know if that
mm.
makes sense, but that's for
Oh,
me, that's yeah.
I love that for sure. And I think it is a misconception. We love our systems. We love social media. We love all of that. And especially for the launch, because success in this business is about content duplication. And who here would agree that we have the simplest launch system ever that actually generates results for pretty much everyone, right? Nothing's ever 100%, but I have yet to find another way where if you just post 7 days, most people are making money. That's crazy. However, that's not all there is as you mature in your business. Because as an entrepreneur, you want to do everything, right? As you get inspired to do that. So I love that you bring that. And we challenge everybody, start leaning in, right? I'm getting into various community groups. I'm getting more involved with my church, for example. I'm making new contacts online, offline, everywhere. It's all about, but here's the main thing you said, Alyson, is getting in front of new people and making sure you're building new relationships. If that's not happening on a daily, then you will inevitably hit a wall at some point or be in manager mode trying to hope your team does something rather than you doing something, you know? Talk to us about that, Alyson. Now you have a big team, you have a lot of clients. Management mode, I remember I got into when I just got one teammate. And I'm like, oh, I got to spend all my time with this person. I got to spend my life. And I can't recruit anyone else. It's impossible. But here you are, you've recruited 102 people and you're still recruiting and you're figuring that out. How do you overcome management mode?
Wow, I learned that the first thing I learned in my the previous business too was I reached a really high rank and I thought I had reached the top and then I thought I was done. And it quickly can go away. So the first thing I did is like hitting officer is amazing, but I have to hit officer every time. That's what I'm striving
Mm,
for because that means that my business is growing. And when you start bringing on teams is the challenge because it can take more time to help someone on board than it
mm,
does just to send a link to a client, right?
mm,
And you have a tendency to work on the team, which is great because if your team's going great, I still need to be bringing on new people. I don't care if that's even two people as opposed to if I'm bringing on 5 or 10, I
mm,
still need to be bringing because guess what? I've learned those people won't be around. They're going to quit your product. They're going to be feel
mm,
good and they're going to leave. You're not going to have all these people. It's the
mm.
numbers game in these businesses. They're going to come and go. So if I'm not continuing bringing people in, then you can go stagnant.
Man, we have this full throttle promo right now, guys. Are you obsessed about that? Are you leading from the front? Are you content new conversations? So that was a good challenge to me as well, too. I'm taking that. I'm like, yes, let's go step into that. So Alyson, so powerful. All right, cool. Any last that we can go for days? Yeah. Any last
Yeah, no, I really wanted to talk because people were saying how, like this weekend, it was so crazy with, James and Danielle and I were going back and forth, and I didn't even realize how close I was to Officer. And I was, just thinking, okay, when he told me just how close I was, I started thinking, okay, I've got till Sunday or whenever, to do this. What am I going to do? Okay. Well, then I started looking at all the product in my office that I got from PXP, and I started thinking how. First of all, I was going after the jacket. I love presents, so I was going after the jacket or the hoodie. So I got that. Yeah, got that. And then I saw there's money involved. I was like, okay. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm too short of the full 12. So I'm going for that because that was important. But I started looking at how just this weekend that I could do this. And so I started looking around. I was like, look, people love free with purchase. People love free. First of all, I knew I needed I could have either gone like 10 people at 76 PV, or I'm such a big proponent because I am living the moment is it took me to the second month to see any results. First month,
Mm,
guarantee I was about to quit because I was like, I'm not seeing anything. And I was encouraged to do the 90 days. And I'm so glad I was encouraged to do that. So I'm a big proponent of saying, look, guys, don't even commit to me unless you can commit to 90 days. Well, I started thinking, I looked at the packages and I was like, okay, the 3-pack will get them 3 months. That's a commitment. And it's also 200 PV. That's what I needed to get another client in at the 200 for the hoodie and stuff. But it's also what I needed. I could shorten that to get to officer by bringing on like 3 of those or 4 of those as opposed to 10 76 PVs. So I just started talking to people and I was like, look, I'll give you a free gift with purchase. If you want to get the 3 months and you're committed, then I'm going to give you a free Advantage. Or when I ran out of that, I gave them some sticks of Everglow or Max 2.0. And I had a bunch of sugar stock because I was like, look, this might seem like I'm giving away stuff, but it's going to come back when they love it. They're going to start ordering it. So that's kind of what I did this weekend in a kind of a pinch. So it's like if it's Friday at 9:00 p.m. and you're so close, just think of some different ways that you could get someone in easier. That I don't know if that's right or wrong to give.
That's great.
I was giving away the cheapest, the Advantage.
Yes. Yes.
It's gonna come back and I'll reap some fruit from that.
100%. Yeah. We're our own business owners. Businesses run promos and deals so that they can make sales at a certain time. You can do the same thing and you calculate and you see what's worth it or not. And you're already thinking like a businesswoman. You're like, is it worth it? Right? Don't just throw everything in, which you're not.
Yeah.
Take my whole inventory. No. You don't need that. But yeah, Becky said 5-day samples of stick packs, right? Just something free. Something free is the key. Like, I want that, So Alyson, so much gold, so much wisdom. I think we covered a lot of ground. Who here got at least one nugget today? Give me a wave or put a 1 in the comments below. And as Alyson said, take action on that. And that's the key. Any last words of wisdom? I'll go to Jan and then we'll close out.
No, I think this is just I encourage all the people that are scared to post or scared to put themselves out there. We all are. You're never going to be ready. It's just like having a baby. We're never going to be ready for that baby, but that baby comes and it's so amazing. So just keep that in mind, is put the focus on other people. When you post something, think about that one person that needs this. Don't focus on you and hit send and just go and make an amazing business for yourself.
So good. Alyson, congratulations.
Thank you. This team is amazing.